My talk starts with me and the very different versions of me. But in order for me to be the real, authentic version of me and for you to properly connect with me, I need to feel safe to communicate in ways that are most natural to me. Because I'm autistic and ADHD, my brain processes information differently. And it means the ways in which I communicate can be slightly different and not so typical. You might think, why does that matter? It matters because our whole society and completely the ways that we communicate are based on neurotypical norms and expectations. Even though at least 20% of us are neurodivergent, it's the neurotypical ways of communicating that are our golden standard. You know what I'm talking about, the eye contact, the reading between the lines, and that polite small talk. That's not natural for us. As ADHDers, we're chaotic. We talk, we get too excited, we interrupt you because those thoughts fly out of our head if we don't. But as ADHDers, we're told we're too loud and too much. As autistic people, we're often labelled too quiet and too awkward. Autism still gets put into that just a little bit weird box because we can't make eye contact when we're talking to you, or because we get too overwhelmed and need to leave a situation. Basically, that leads to most of us hiding or masking our true behaviours. And that means you're not getting the real authentic versions of us. And how can you truly connect with us if we're not feeling safe to bring our authentic selves? And what is authentic for us? As ADHDers, we have millions of thoughts running around our heads at any one time. It's chaotic. We can think things and then they go straight out of our minds again. We often need movement and stimulation to focus. It doesn't mean that you're boring us or that we are not listening. And as autistic people, we need you to understand that our direct and honest forms of communication and our quietness and our need to ask lots and lots of different questions are not us being rude. It's just our ways of communicating. There are lots of many different ways to communicate. There isn't a right way or a wrong way to communicate. We need to stop expecting neurodivergent people to change their communication styles to be more neurotypical, because that's what we do. Because we feel judged if we don't. If we bring our true authentic selves and people see us as being different, we feel judged for being somebody different. Our ways of communicating are valid too. We need to find out and be curious about what those ways of communicating are. We need to lead with curiosity over judgment. Because when we do, and we find those spaces where we feel psychologically safe to be our true selves and to communicate authentically, that is when the true magic of connection can happen. That is when we really communicate with each other and connect brilliantly. I've made some amazing connections this year in my neurodiversity space, and I'm happy to say here in the PSA, I can be my true authentic self, and I've made some great connections already. So your one takeaway for today is this: the only way that we can truly connect with each other is if we communicate authentically and we create safe spaces for people to do that. Thank you.